What was the campus like at Smith Oak then? Was it one building or two buildings, and how many teachers were there?
There were two buildings. The main building with classrooms on either end, the gym in the middle, the bakery up one side and the sewing work on the other. And then in the back of it, there was another building where the boys were for engineering, carpentry, electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Farming.
I don't know what else they had out there. I know they had an electronics course, an engineering, and a carpentry.
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of cars did people drive there? Do you
Well,
remember?
I had a Model A.
Yeah, that's all that was?
That's one of the best parts of that year, huh?
It was, believe me.
You were off the farm, you were commuting?
My dad let me drive that Model A back and forth to school that year. Was just, when I think of it, it was unbelievable.
Is that the only car?
I had two older brothers that I had the car all day.
The only
they
family
had the pickup
car.
truck at home, but
yeah.
I had the car.
You were off and running. Did any of your other family members go to Smith?
No.
No, nobody else did.
No, my sister went to UMass.
Hmm.
And the other one was out working as a home nursing aide.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And your brothers?
And the older sister was a teacher,
mm-hmm.
grade school teacher.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers went into farming, the dairy farming.
Now the Wentworth farm, is that still operating?
Well, there is a Wentworth farm operating, but aren't they
Cousins
still
or,
operating on Southeast Street?
Maryland?
And Maryland, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they still working that one on Stanley Street?
I think so, last I knew. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. The names are around town, but I'm not sure they're functioning as a farm.
There's a Mary Wentworth, I think, who's very involved in politics.
Yeah, she's not related to
Mary
us.
Wentworth is into politics.
I think her politics are,
a little weird.
Well, what I know of Cinda's politics, probably a different side of the track, maybe. Well, you mentioned this Hazel Ross.
I'm making what?
You mentioned Hazel Ross. Is that the name?
Hazel Ross was the superintendent of.
She made a big impression on you.
Yes, she did.
Do you remember anything special? What was it that was so impressive about her to you?
Well, I managed everything so well. And she was there for anybody and everybody. If they had little problems, she'd take them aside. She was just a good teacher.
Mm-hmm. You think she was a role model for you?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, you think the home economics really that you took there might have facilitated your going into the chicken pie business a little bit, or?
Yeah. Yep. Gave me courage enough to do something like that anyway, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we had to think of things to make a living for a family of 5, so.
With 4 girls.
Right.
And that's a good choice for 4 girls on a farm.
You are so right.
5 children, 4 girls.
Yeah.
So they were put to work making pies.
Oh yeah. Well, my son was, until he was 18, he stayed with us, but he left. He wasn't interested in the farm at all.
And then, how many years later did he come back and take over the family business?
Yeah.
So he returned and ran Owen's poultry farm my whole childhood.
Well, that was the Owen's poultry farm store.
Yep.
No farming to it.
No.
Oh, I see.
Made the pies, chicken pies.
We made the chicken pies.
Yeah.
Cooked turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Turkey pies. Sold chicken.
They were no longer raising chicken.
No, they weren't.
But it was
we bought the chicken wholesale from the.
Did Roy go to Smith? No, Roy went to Amherst High School.
Yeah.
None of your children went to Smith.
No.